Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel, Ticking Together. As always, the goal of this channel is to provide education about and to raise awareness as to what it's like living with Tourette Syndrome. In today's video, I'm going to do a little story time, kind of. I'm going to be talking about something that is probably overlooked by a lot of people, but I am going to talk about Tourette Syndrome at the hair salon. So, I don't know if you can tell if you've watched my videos before, but I got my hair done yesterday. If you can't tell, it's okay, but if you can, cool. But yeah, I just got some highlights done and got it cut quite a bit, so cool. But Tourette Syndrome is something that causes me to not be able to sit still for very long. So imagine being in a hair salon chair where you have to be still because someone is behind you with scissors. Imagine that and just feeling uncomfortable having to hold it in and just having this like added level of stress during the haircut experience. So I went to a new hair salon yesterday, and I mean, none of the other hair salons I've been to have known that I have Tourette Syndrome, and this one doesn't either. I didn't even tell the hairdresser because I tried to suppress for the majority of the haircut, which lasted over 2 hours, and I just wanted to bring awareness to it because I think people don't realize that in situations where you have to be still, Tourette Syndrome adds a whole different level of like,
uh-oh, I gotta be still.
For those of you that don't know what Tourette Syndrome is, it is a neurological disorder, so it affects my brain and it causes me to make involuntary movements and sounds known as tics. And so like I said, imagine just being in a hair salon where you know you have to be still because like I said, the scissors behind you. And imagine not being able to be still. So my brief story time is basically just talking about how I dealt with my Tourette's at the hair salon because like I said, it was a journey. It was very difficult, but I managed to do it. I managed to get my hair done, so cool. But yeah, again, I don't promote suppression of tics in my videos. That is not what I'm trying to do. But for me, that is something that I do very often. I suppress my tics a heckin' lot. So yesterday at the hair salon, I basically would suppress my tics while she had scissors and while she was doing stuff, and then while she would like turn to get like a product or grab a comb, I would do subtle little back tics like this and redirect all my tics into just like really subtle back tics and like nose scrunches. And I don't think she noticed, but if she did, she didn't say anything, so thank you. But like I was so stressed because I was like, oh my gosh, don't tick, don't tick, don't tick, don't tick, don't tick. And luckily I didn't let any huge ones slip. Like this neck one, I managed to hold that in, which is like shocker because usually I can't. But I guess like what I'm trying to say is for me suppression works, and so at the hair salon, because like I said, scissors behind me, I suppressed my tics for the whole experience and it was painful. And like, you know how like you have that awkward conversation with your hairdresser, you're like,
Hi, what's new on Netflix?
Oh my gosh, how's the weather?
Like all that stuff. During that I was like, oh my gosh, heck, I have to tick. But I was like, I'm not going to because I want to be normal. And I know that's a horrible way to look at things, but that's just how I deal with it because I'm not cool. This was a little bit different than like being in a movie theater or being in a lecture because it's literally one-on-one. You have this person behind you who is like doing stuff for your hair, and you're like, if you do tick, they are 100% gonna notice. And so my subtle back tics, like thankfully she didn't notice, but I don't know what I would have done if she was like, what are you doing? Because telling people I have Tourette Syndrome is not what I like to do, but maybe I would have. I don't know. I'm just lucky that didn't happen. But yeah, it's different than being in a movie theater or lecture because it's one-on-one, and so you can't really hide or suppress them in ways where they won't notice. So I don't know how I did it, but I'm really thankful. I just wanted to bring awareness to this idea of Tourette Syndrome at the hair salon because I think people don't really realize that it is a thing that can be really stressful for people like me. To go to a hair salon and like have to hold in movements that you usually can't hold in. It's like a full 2-hour experience of suppressing. So when I got home I had a whole bunch of tics and that was awful. But I just wanted to pop on and say yes, people with Tourette Syndrome can do hair salons and we can be good at it. And we can suppress our tics sometimes, which isn't easy and it isn't always good, but that's what I do. And like I said, I'm not trying to promote that. If you're out there, please let out your tics if you're comfortable with it, because if I was more comfortable, I would let it out, and I would have probably told my hairdresser and been like,
Yo, I have Tourette's.
but I'm not at that point yet, which is kind of why I have this channel, to be more comfortable and confident with myself. So as I said, just like imagine being in a situation where you have to be still and it's one-on-one and you have to do all sorts of crazy movements. Like, that's difficult. So pat myself on the back, I did pretty good. And I just wanted to celebrate that with you guys. And I think my hair looks pretty good too. I'm going to end the video here. This was a very brief story time, but I just wanted to tell you guys that Tourette syndrome at a hair salon is possible, and although it is difficult, we can do it. And I wanted to let you guys know that because it's kind of a weird topic that I don't think is addressed very often, but it's something that I am always so worried about whenever I have to go to the hair salon. Like, will I tic? Will I not tic? Can I suppress? But yeah, thank you for watching my video. I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel, because the goal of my channel is to break the stigma surrounding Tourette syndrome. I want people to know that it's not just what the media has made it out to be. I want people to be educated, I want to raise awareness, and I want you guys to help by subscribing to my channel and starting your own journey on educating and maybe being an ally for our community, because we heckin' need it. Tourette syndrome is very misunderstood, and it would be very awesome if you guys could partner with us and respect us and learn about us and talk about us in a nice way. I would also love it if you would give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below saying hi, telling me what you want to see in future videos, or letting me know if you have Tourette syndrome and you've been to a hair salon and how that's been for you, because like I said, it's difficult and I just kind of want to hear your story. So yeah, thank you for watching again and have a great night.